For the purposes of this video, we will be comparing the printing quality of 3 iterations of Super Nintendo instruction booklets for the game, Secret of Mana. From left to right, we have an original booklet printed in 1993 utilizing high-quality printing of the time. In the center, a relatively cheap reproduction booklet from a UK-based company that's available for around £11. And finally, a similarly priced reproduction booklet originating from Spain for around the same price. Hopefully this will provide some insight, also factoring in postage costs, based on your location, with regard to reproduction booklets being either a worthwhile purchase, or should you wait a while and possibly gather additional funds for an original booklet instead. There are significant external cover differences between all 3 manuals here, most obviously the coloration bordering of the booklet on the right, purchased from Spain. This is actually due to it being an NTSC rather than PAL regional variant. Turning over the manuals reveals the omission of the small text rear cover printing on the reproduction variants. This is probably the easiest way to define a reproduction manual from an original, and is not likely to be an oversight on the printer's part, but probably purposely omitted in order to circumvent copyright issues. The benefits of having an original booklet to compare to are soon to become obvious, whilst the Spanish booklet conforms to the original booklet dimensions as seen here. The English obtained booklet has dimensions that do not conform to the original sizing. This either indicates a lack of an original booklet as a template for printing, or the printer did not deem it necessary to attempt to provide a one-in-one reproduction. You will note that both font selection and sizing on the reproduction cover booklets do not match those of the original booklet. This is clearly visible when examining the PAL version and instructions booklet text. We have placed the booklets vertically to compare printing quality and any discrepancies between them. On opening the English obtained reproduction booklet, we notice our first glaring omission. Pages 31 through 34 are completely missing, which obviously equates to poor quality control and is rather useless if scrutinized. You will also note that the original manual pages have a slightly yellowed look in comparison to the reproduction variants. This is not, despite initial justification, caused by exposure to sunlight or being exposed to a smoking environment, but rather the production paper that was utilized at that time. The reproduction manual that was obtained from Spain is based on the American NTSC version of the game. This is noted by the differing black and green cover bordering from the PAL version. This manual, whilst not perfect, does have superior attributes. The booklet exterior sizing is identical to the original booklet. Pages 31 through 34 are included intact, and the image resolution appears to be superior to the English variant, which suffers from blurry screenshot images that are not as sharp. However, problems arise in that some liberties appear to have been taken with some of the included screenshot images, that whilst close representations, not all are exactly the same as the original booklet. If you're seeking printing perfection and a one-in-one reproduction, then you are unlikely to find it with any of these booklets. However, the Spanish obtained booklet is far superior to the English one, thanks to some form of quality control and higher resolution screenshots, but PAL users should note that it's only currently available in NTSC form. Our conclusions are this. If you can afford an original game booklet, then definitely buy one of those. The printing quality will still be the best that's available, as it's obviously proving difficult for these reproduction manufacturers to replicate what was achievable back in the 90s. In terms of paper quality, image resolution, and the obligatory necessary omissions of certain text elements. However, if you cannot afford an original booklet for those high-end extortionately priced games, then these may do at a pinch. Just don't expect to fool anybody in the process, least of all, those that watch this video.